Hello. Here we are to continue our discourse. I followed Damien to a sitting room where finger foods had already been set out on a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself.
Oh,
What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of the day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they're served. Thank you for that little tidbit, Damien. Oh,
oh,
my dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Let's go with I like you, Kate.
hmm,
It's a cloak, actually, Damien, once again with the extra information. Victorian fashion is very important. You pull it off quite well. Oh, thank you.
hmm.
Regardless of my historical leanings, it's very important to me to present myself well. It's taken a long time to come up with a style that's both true to form and representative of myself, but I'm very happy with how I dress. Good for you, Damien. Don't worry about what other people think. You live your goth vampire Victorian life. I do get some strange looks, yes, but it's something that brings me a great deal of joy, so I don't mind. To be able to wake up in the morning, pick from my closet a variety of cloaks, waistcoats, top hats, and even binders that are period appropriate feels amazing. You wear top hats?
Huh. Hmm.
You don't? I'm wearing like a skull t-shirt, and I have a bunch of earrings, so probably not gonna fit with my aesthetic, the top hat. What got you so interested in God stuff?
Ah.
Well, when I was a young boy, my father, did he take you into the
Huh.
city? I see where this is going. Did you guys see a marching band?
Hmm.
I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious?
Hmm.
Of course. But it's, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously?
Oh.
I'd love to see a marching band. Oh, Damien. He's charming in a funny way.
Hmm.
Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way?
Hmm.
I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes the sip of tea.
Oh.
I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrible.
Oh.
But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to its fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Aw, I love the way he explains things, actually. And I love his confidence in himself.
Hmm.
Tell me, Carson, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff.
Hmm.
Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Yeah, boy, Duke, you caught me on my dating sim night, so we're dream daddying tonight. I appreciate it though. It's Thirsty Thursday, so gotta get those daddies.
Huh.
Please do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Uh, I like watching soap making videos on the internet. Love me some word jumbles. Or I learned how to juggle once. Let's go with I learned how to juggle once. He didn't like that. Gravity is an interesting thing, and I believe that juggling is the pinnacle of humankind's interaction with the gravitational arts. This is funny. Happy Thursday to you too, dude.
Huh.
Interesting. I started out with scarves, but now I can comfortably juggle balls. Juggling pins is currently, out of my purview. Damien looks at me quizzically, but shuts it off. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Oh, what could it be? Oh my god, he has a full fucking garden. Damien takes me around the back of his home where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Thank you for that tidbit, Damien. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. It's a whole flower language. Just because you couldn't talk about sex in public. Now we don't have to use flowers. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off of the vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? My lungs are ablaze. Thou art the Titus. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. God, I don't even know how to answer this question. I'm gonna go with 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Whoa, I was right? The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. I've only, done a Damien date one time and I was not really paying attention when I did it, so a lot of this feels like new information. Or maybe I went down sort of a different story path, I don't know. And that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Oh god. Snapdragons, honeysuckle, or sunflowers? Let's go with snapdragons. Because they're cute, and you could do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. Ooh. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Oh, Carson, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls his cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I'd put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Uh-oh. Fix that guard. Well, that's not the piece. That's not the piece either. It's this one. Wait, do you oh, you twist it. I see. Oh god. Wait, no. Sorry. I grabbed the wrong one. Jesus Christ. What is it then? Hold on. I don't like this at all. Wait. Why am I so bad? None of the pieces. Oops, sorry. I accidentally did that. I just feel like this makes more sense.
Out of time!
I did this badly! Busted. Oh well. Crap, I can't figure this out. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. It's not about the guard.
Ugh!
My sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so...
Oh my!
Carson, did you break my gargoyle? All I did was lean on it. I just had it installed last week. No matter. I suppose it will give me a chance to work on my masonry skills. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I must take my leave. That's no problem, dude. Everything alright? Damon worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school post-haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together.
Huh.
You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. What a weird thing to like offer to go to like a guy you're on a date with to like get his kid in trouble at school. But he seemed to like it, so let's go. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo.
Huh.
What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with the flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Dream Daddy tonight, Trita. Hi. It is Thursday, so I do a dating sim and take a break from Fortnite. I don't expect my usual pals to come chime in on this one, but I'm having fun just reading. It is a dating sim about single dads. It's Dating Sim Thursday. That's Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
Ha!
The room falls silent. That is certainly something we call the school for. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you to see what happened. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. He tried to cask of Amontillado him. Alright. Someone's way too into Edgar Allan Poe.
Huh.
Whoa. Wait a second, Lucien. Did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I just happen to have a degree in theater and literature, so I know a lot of weird shit. I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turned to Damien and whispered to him, What's, uh, what's Cask of Amontillado?
Huh.
It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of fine vintage, and buries him alive behind a brick wall. I mean, you really gotta, be a little bit impressed that in this story, he literally fully just built a brick wall. Just a guy's just sitting there drunk, just bricked him up. Like, how long did that take? Like, he bricked the wall.
Hmm.
It's a lovely story. Of course you think it's lovely, Damien. So wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually gonna leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized I lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad,
Whoa.
it took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did an entire 2 week unit on the Cask of Amontillado. It took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Do you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and I read a review of the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me.
Eh.
Actually, he didn't even pay me. So when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in literature, and I did. I don't see a problem. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. This would be so awkward, car ride home. Like, Lucy and Damien and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know, son, it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Okay, honestly, if your child tries to brick someone up in their school, regardless of if he intended to kill him, I think if that's like a fair enough time to be like, you are mandated therapy. I'm sorry. Like I understand giving your kids the chance, to make decisions about themselves, but I feel like when
Hmm.
when you start breaking people up in your school, maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job. Hmm? I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard.
Oh.
Love you, son.
Hmm.
Lucian continues staring out the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside.
Hmm.
I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright. And all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining.
Oh.
There is that, yes. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Aw. Oh, he liked the answer so much I got flying eggplants and hearts. See you around soon?
Huh.
It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Lastly.
Huh.
I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo, what you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition? Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a two-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't we just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to school to pick up Lucian since he tried to. He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me? Lucian livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. The Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Alright, let's see how this went. Day complete.
A lovely
I
enough
gotta
date.
pee. A lovely enough date. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pulls through the cul-de-sac. Wonder if we got any coupons too. The nice mail person slides a couple of letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple of tries for them to get it in. Ha, that's what she said. Hey, my coupons! I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. Amanda? She yells through the door. What? I have something for you. I'm kind of busy right now. Can you come back later? Okay, just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from HIA.
Hey!
Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Let's see what happens. Horn Institute for the Arts? I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. It's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. And the suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't. I got in! Yay! Go Amanda Panda! Oh! I got in! Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congrats, sweetie, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in. Well, of course you got in. You're a great student. You nailed the interview and your photography is incredible.
Oh.
Wait, Dad. I know this one's really expensive, but it's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for the longest time. It'll be tough, but we're gonna make it work. Really? Of course. Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad. Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice. Wherever you want. Wherever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. Please, Dad. You know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rito with you. I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. And the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you're bringing your student ID in. Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your burrito. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors? And we get all the professional photo editing software for free? It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, but I wish she wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. Wonder who my roommate's gonna be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interests. I bet we're gonna be best friends. Craig and I were. A good roommate can be a lifelong friend. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. Oh no. I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Oh, rule. Yes! Oh, they like have animals in the dorm if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I can forge one. I think I'd get a rabbit. Or maybe a snake? Or maybe both. Would a snake get a rabbit, though? Oh boy, I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. So, you know I had that talk with Mr. Vega. Huh? He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? What? No! I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. Okay. I promise I'll try hard. I pat her on the back. Think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences. Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Dawn. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, I'm just very, very happy. You're all grown up now. You're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Dad, stop. You're gonna make me cry too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't put tears in my burrito. It's gonna make it taste sad. Love you, kiddo. Love you too, Cops. Cute.
Welcome. You've got dads.
You got dads. Ooh, who's talking? Damien and Hugo in a group chat. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go down to the art room. Wondering if you would care to accompany. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment. Whoa, why can I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute. I've gotta destroy this computer. Carson, this is a group chat. I was saying, do either of you guys know how to sort? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive. Once you've done that, expect to physically destroy the pod altogether. Um, the Victorians were well versed in information. Person, do you want to go see some art or not? It's weird they both invited me to art. Let's go see that art. Is this like a double date? Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think we're here though. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all this fancy art.
Oh.
Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art appreciatist. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yep. Admittedly, a little out of my depth here.
Oh.
Thank God, I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God. Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve, good eve, good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
What was that? Oh. That was like way too weird for let's go look at some art. Who's ready for some art? I have no idea what I'm in. I'm saying. All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. That is a great point. I like art now.
Oh.
I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk art with Hugo and Damien, since I'm pursuing Damien, so let's see. So what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape paintings of various locales within the American Northeast. Look at the art. It is rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all these landscapes look like butts to you guys?
Hmm?
Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Thank you, Damien.
Hmm.
Valid assessment, Carson. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy.
Oh.
Oh, it gets more
Oh.
complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What a miss.
Hmm.
Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though.
Oh.
Shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of, I'm not even sure, hang on the walls.
Oh.
Oh geez. What am I looking at? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It reminds me of my childhood. It represents strife. It's a butt. As much as I'd like to keep the butt joke going, let's say it represents strife. It's a profound statement on the commonality of the struggle of survival.
Oh.
It's really powerful, Carson. Care to expound on that? Hey, Atomic Tom, you got me on my Thirsty Thursday, so right now we are playing dating sims about single dads. Probably not as exciting as Fortnite, but I have fun. I am. How are you doing, Atomic? It's definitely a butt. This will be me at an art museum. I can critique literature, movies, and TV and meetings all day, but when it comes to art, I'll be like, it's like a butt. Long day. Did you work today?
Oh.
He's trying to make a different statement than a butt. This is such a weird game. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. Yeah, I think it's just about butts. What? How do you figure that?
Oh.
That's what it says on the placard. Points to Hugo. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by, what's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, the patron scoffs loudly. I could do that. I've definitely said that at museums as a joke.
Oh.
Excuse me? Hugo, not here.
Oh.
No, come back here. Damn, Hugo. Just going after the people. My patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You said you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth of the artistic skill, or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Why are you taking it so personally, Hugo?
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, okay. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Man, Hugo's going all in. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point.
Oh no.
Hugo's about to throw hands at Artlock. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry. I just love art very much. Yeah, we can tell, Hugo. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what eats the mood? Is it cheese?
Oh.
Nope. It's wine and cheese.
Hey.
Co-sign. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese.
Ah.
We got one last stop on the tube. You lot feeling up for it? I mean, as long as I have the wine and cheese, sure. Is it gonna be any weirder than this art?
Oh.
It is absolutely weirder than this art. Then let's do it. I feel like some is it like a foursome? This is what it looks like. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to a performance in the street. Oh, it's a street performance, thank God. When he said it's absolutely weirder and they were just staring at me in the street like this, I got concerned. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us.
Oh, Cracker Barrels.
What did you say, Cracker Barrels? So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening?
Ooh,
I second this question.
Hey.
Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. McDad. They really like screaming. That they do. But I'm not sure if that encompasses the whole of their performance. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis. That's beautiful, Damien. So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, like, really mean it? Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd. Wise.
Hey.
I like Joseph's style. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. We all decide to walk home together, since we all live on the same block for some reason. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun.
Oh.
Cheese wings. Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Plus, it'd be delicious. A nice Emmett Taylor, possibly. Not sure how to say that. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. Not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time.
Oh.
I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in the unique professions. Like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses. Mostly boats. Really?
Hey.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery in the artwork.
Oh.
What? Boats are cool.
Um.
What about you, Carson? Food artistry? Landscapes? Tasteful needs of the artist. Art is a money-making business. I know what sells. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. Alright, boys. Good art. That's the weirdest road date. Good art.
Huh.
Agreed. See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over.
Welcome. You've got dads.
You got dads. Who should we talk to? Should we go on another date with Damien? Whoops. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? He wrote me a letter. Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Carson, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that, I thank you. That said, Carson, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be your taste. I eagerly await your response. Great respect, D. Bloodmarch. Wow. What a letter. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I'd better message him on Dad Book and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back! A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classic. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know. That sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Works too. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien? I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Good one. What's next? You remember when your son tried to cast the mantle out of that kid? You been good? I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Yes, definitely try to seduce him with my words, my fancy words. Jeez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up. I'll say I did very much enjoy the adventure. Not bad. Good action sentence. Asked him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Rule's landscape at the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Whoa. Some of TV, I'm not actually an intelligent person. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movie. I'd very much enjoy your company. Accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2 Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Hard depths. Namaste. Let's just go with best wishes. And then I sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Carson McDad. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Oh my gosh, his handwriting. He does look like his handwriting. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape?
Yeah.
It's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. Obviously, Amanda. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that of? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood onto it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away to reveal it. Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on his head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. You have a carrier pigeon guy? I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know, I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. That's just what happens when he walks up. What? What? Regardless, that word rose gross. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds? Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's good. I turn around to find Lucy standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other gossip.
Oh.
Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to this theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about
Oh.
it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never
Aye.
Dies. You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would. Huh. Good luck with that. Lucian rejoins his friends, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Oh, he must be like terrified of horror movies. Everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so, excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary ones. Scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Oh no.
Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
Oh my.
You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. So you can't have a vampire without well-oiled abs. Awaken my coven! Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time, Carmilla von Ruden said. The three look at each other and then to the camp. For the Vampire Crusade. Tis rules. The trio of vampires fly off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun film. We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
Oh my.
Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm terrible, son. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit he's afraid of it. Wish he would hold my hand around. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do it all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Where did the dead dog go when it loses its tail?
What?
Where? To the retail store. I yelled that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face. Good one, Carson. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked a moment at home. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus, Bad Blood, and the General's wife embrace each other in spirit. It appears that the true Vampire Crusade was the Vampire Crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating heart. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out. Hard. The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmilla, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3, evil must die out again. More thunder, more ominous ordnance. The movie fades out again. A bloody question mark now accompanies the end. This is fun. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. Even seems kind of invigorating. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Yes, let us stroll, Damien. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk in the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay, here comes a smooth response. Thanks, cool, or okay. Let's go with thanks. No problem. Crush it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of the cemetery? What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Carson. Trust me. So, date at a cemetery. Alright. Not cliche at all. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is, strangely, romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Where were you hiding this picnic basket? We were just at a movie. Wait, where are you hiding that? See? Carson thought the same thing. Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. He hid wine and cheese in his cloak for an entire movie? In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That's very interesting. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard? But you had trouble handling a scary movie.
Oh my!
I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. That's beautiful, Mr. Gothman. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in the graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us, and paralyzed with fears, it began slumbering slowly toward us, its shape taking more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Move! It's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see Robert! Also likes hanging out in cemeteries at night, I guess. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? Yeah, what are you keeping in there? Picnic baskets and dog treats? Just have them? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Aw, he likes dogs. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs. Actually, most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. Let's say we make our way home. Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Carson, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. I approve. Damien shuffles his feet.
Oh,
I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damon gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damon blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Carson. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty fun. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. I love their banter. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Alright, let's see how this one went. Date complete. I think I did better this
my
time.
dear
Yes.
friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one.
Taken the egg.
Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so,
He's so cute and awkward.
ultimately, you've won.
S tier. That's cute. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. The kid needs some sleep. As I pass a room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Aw, poor thing. Is everything okay? I want to talk about it. Something happened? No, nothing happened. Go away. Alright, let's give her some space. Alright, leave you be. I back out of the room and close the door gently behind me. She immediately starts crying again. Wow, I have no idea what has her so upset. She seemed totally normal. I feel awful just leaving her to cry. But I also get the feeling that if I tried to do anything else, it would only have made her more upset. I can't stop mentally cycling through all sorts of awful things she could be dealing with right now. More than anything, I just want her to be happy and safe. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. She drops a frozen waffle in the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes her still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Damn. Poor Amanda. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on the wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she'd get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Jesus. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decide that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her broom. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, so just whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But whatever it is, know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad, it took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over. And it says, sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big old hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R is going to the fancy art school in California, right? Emma R? The best friend? You got it! Wow, I'm proud of you. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie S, and the same night they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So, another important piece of information is, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah. And, that's the thing. What? Whoa. I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. Learn from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips, and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. Agreed. Nachos are amazing, and now I think after the stream, I will make some nachos.
Dad.
So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma Pete, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together, eating nachos without me. What dicks? What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R. Which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey. And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does. And Emma R just like glares at me. Grace. Nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the gossipy one? I know. Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realized was not the most eloquent thing to say. I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributes to this shitty day. I immediately drafted a super long text to the group, asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R, asking how long the Noah thing's been going on. And sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? Yeah, I got this. Oh, okay. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I could not believe that. I care so much about Aunt Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's doing. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend. And she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then, wait, left me on red? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I do understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to MOP about how mad I am, because she's at least being kind of reasonable. And I'm venting to her about how pissed off I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that MOP sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Wow, bitches. Alright, I think you lost me the screenshots, but that definitely sounds. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Aw, Amanda. You're my friend. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else. Emma R has been there since Dad died. Can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. It's a whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long time ago. Same. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to just bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Real friends don't. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who do something like that to their friends? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure out myself, and I wish I'd learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. They're not beholden to being my friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours. So you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I look down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake? Oh my god, how big is the cake, guys?
Ah.
Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. It's okay. We had a serious discussion going on. We needed the cake to help us along. Strawberry cake sounds good too. Maybe I'm just hungry. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns away. Hey, Pops? Yes? Thank you. You are always welcome. Love you, Amanda. Aw, it's been so sappy this time, this
I
stream.
love you too, Dad.
Aw.
Welcome.
Jeez.
You've got dads.
Oh, I've got a message from Craig. Let's see. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. What is it? Oh man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still strong. Strong. I am strong. Is it his kids messaging? Huh, don't I know it. Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. Do you use that at all? I figured it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yes, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. Alright, let's go to the party. Coffee time! You know Dad loves coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on. No, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them, knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, I don't remember that. Craig's kids? That hand-drawn invitation? Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper, inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled gorgeous wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me. Agreed. Leggings, sweatpants, you got this. Dad, just... Ugh, I'll see you in a minute. Fuck authority. What did I say about the pants? I'm a rebel, sweetie. Whatever, I'm sure it'll be fine. Hello, thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best bow and present my daughter, who thanks so with a curtsy. This way, please. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter Carmencita are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey, dude. How's the tea?
Oh.
The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. It tastes a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Did you just wake up? No. Why? Those are inside pants. Amanda laughs.
Huh.
Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out of this chair.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter into the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. Amanda punches me in the shoulder. See? Oh, so you approve of cargo shorts when they're on Brian, but not when they're on me?
Huh.
Dad, you're embarrassing me at the tea party. This is a high-class affair. I've been to 2 tea parties this this playthrough. One was afternoon tea, though, with Damon. But shh, it's about to start. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Actually, it's a common misconception that high tea was appreciated by nobles. Dad, shut up! Now if you'll all put on your designated tiaras. There are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras. I don't think this is gonna fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it. Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody! Craig comes out with a teapot and tray of sandwich cookies. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been, steeping for a while now. Awesome.
Oh.
Do you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I clink my teacup with Matt's and take a sip.
Oh.
Good lemonade. It's tea.
Oh.
Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I have, a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be Rockstar Princess. I'm also Space Princess, Carmencita says. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a Space Princess too. Dad, what are you? Do I get to be a princess? Oh. Well, I guess that makes me... History Channel Princess. I am ruler of all I survey, and what I survey is a 10-hour marathon of cupcake storage wars. I don't think I've seen that one. A squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit. Don't think that's gonna work out well. That sounds terrible. Oh, it is.
Ah.
I think I'll be landscaper and general contracting princess. Barista princess reporting for duty. Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. They're so cute. I love that they're like saying princess. Not now, servant. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rock star warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop.
Oh.
Pitfall, your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice.
Oh.
Aw, thanks. It's really nice the girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community. We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know. I hadn't even realized, and I don't even know if Amanda does either. But I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her. You better not proud dad cry at this tea party, Carson. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on and the girls all get tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders.
Oh.
Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye, History Channel princess. That's so cute. Alright, I think we can probably stop it here and leave the rest for next week's stream. Thank you, anyone who popped in chat. This has been fun. Next week we'll probably go out on a third date with Damien and see how that goes and what that consists of, because I've never been on more than the first 2 dates. So yeah, thank you everyone, and I hope to see you next week. Have a good night. Bye.